Oh yeah, we're live. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome into season 2 of Bogeys and Blue Crabs. As always, I am your host, Max Salzman, and today we're talking all things golf. We're talking knocking off the rust. We're talking about upgrading your clubs, and we're talking about all things fun golf here in Maryland. And as always, with me is my lovely co-host, Miss Almay, all day. Almay, how are you doing?
I'm great, Max. I miss you. I'm so
How
happy
has your
to be
winter
with you.
been? It's been so long.
It has been very long. Yeah. I mean, I know that you traveled and I traveled, so I want to hear more about what you did and where you went.
Absolutely. Well, first of all, with all the nastiness and the snow, we had to get away. We went down south. We got out of here. We got into the lovely sunshine, went down and visited the grandparents in Florida. My lovely partner was able to watch the baby boy who's growing like a weed, getting taller every day and starting to stand. But got out and played some golf. Man, am I rusty.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Let's talk about it.
So obviously, not playing golf for all of the listeners out there, when you take this long break, for the winter, you're going to have a little bit of rust in there. It's just natural.
Right.
So getting out there, trying to get some swings back. The swing feels just terrible
It
right
does.
now. Just awful. You know that feeling where you're getting a little bit stuck. You're not really having the rhythm in the swing, the timing is a little bit off. All of those things, checking all of those boxes. That's where I'm at right now.
And what tendencies did you find yourself having when you got out there?
So the wedges are not bad. The
Mhm.
shorter club, feel like I'm making some decent swings with that. But as we go further down the bag, it just seems like the ball is going further and further left. And so, we definitely want to try and lock in with the golf coach here in the early part of the season now that things are opening back up and going to the driving range again. But I think it's some minor tweaks that need to be made, but I got the lefts. Like, it is just, when you're getting to the longer clubs, the hybrids, the 3-wood driver, it's just a lot of lefts.
Yeah.
So got out for the first time since baby boy was born, play a full 18 down in Florida,
That's how many months ago, though?
So it's now 7 months.
Yeah. So no wonder why you've got the lefts.
Yeah. Definitely. We're trying to give ourselves some grace here.
Yeah.
But I think I lost 6 balls in that
Oh,
round,
yeah,
which
that's
is
not
that's not a number I want to continue doing. I'd like to try
Right.
and bring that down, keep the ball in play a little bit
Yeah.
more, and get back to playing some more boring golf.
Yeah,
That's
boring
much more
golf.
my
Yeah.
style.
But I mean, you haven't played in, 3/4 of a year.
It's crazy to think
So-
that, and going from playing like 3-4 times a week with practices included, it's been a big adjustment.
Yeah. But I think you'll get, I mean, the weather's great now. It's starting to get really nice here. And with your son growing up just a little bit more, I know.
Exactly.
You can probably hopefully find some time to maybe squeeze in some 9s.
Oh, and we'll definitely make sure that me and you can get out,
Yeah,
and we'll get
for sure.
some rounds on the books, so
know
we
we'll
can we can talk about that, so our lovely listeners can hear all about our terrible golf.
Yeah, our terrible golf, all the stories in between, because
Yes.
I always have stories.
So what about your winter? How was your winter?
Winter was great. I went on a cruise with my dad. Went to the Western Caribbean. Took one of the largest cruise ships in the world called Royal Caribbean, and then I also went to Spain, but that was a land trip, not a cruise. And Max, you're not gonna believe this, but I went to a location where it is one of the largest golf destinations in Europe.
No way.
Yep.
And did you had your clubs, of course, right?
No, of course not.
Why not? Almay.
I didn't know.
So you
Max,
did,
I had no idea.
you do all of this research. What do you mean
Because
you
it
didn't
was
know?
winter. I'm
Oh,
there with
no.
fam. I'm
Oh,
like,
no.
so all I kept thinking is Spain. So I'm like, oh yes, seafood, paella, like churros, everything you can, like, just food and hanging out. And winter is also a time where I don't really think about much golf.
Sure. But it sounds like the weather was just gorgeous.
And it's winter there, so it was a little bit of rain.
Okay.
And it was
Not
a little
bad, though.
chilly, like fall. But the fact that I was at a location where, okay, so I didn't know that it was that until that it was a golf destination for like a tourist place, was until I walked around the resort on maybe the last day, and I saw a practice putting green, and I thought, wait,
That's not normal
that's
for a
not-
resort.
that's not normal unless there's golf around you.
Don't get me
'cause-
wrong. I love that. I mean, I would love to just be walking through my hotel resort and see a putting green, get some work done.
Yeah. So I saw the putting green, and luckily there were some putters there, and I'm like, okay, well, I might as well just get my fill in. This is crazy.
I mean, the saw grip's got to get gotta get those strokes in.
Don't make fun of my saw grip.
Listen,
it works.
It does work.
It works.
Anyway,
and then I started to do a little more research, going, oh, that's interesting, and yeah. But now that I'm reflecting on this, when I arrived in Malaga, I did see a lot of people come off the the luggage carousel had
with golf clubs.
Yes.
Had to
I
have golf
thought,
clubs.
I'm not kidding you. I was like, oh, that's nice for these
Oh, wow.
people.
They must be playing a lot of golf.
They must have come from a vacation. I didn't know that they were going to a destination, Max.
So real quick, where did you go, and what was the resort name that you stayed in?
So I went to Marbella, and I stayed at I believe it was the Marriott Marbella Resort and Spa or something like that. But I'm going back. I have to go back because I'm very disappointed.
So for the listeners out there, what were your thoughts of the resort?
The resort was fantastic, beautiful. The people are so nice. The food is so good. It's right off the beach.
How incredible.
Next time I'm going to call them before, go to concierge, and then just be like, hey, help me plan this vacation. My hope is that I can connect with people maybe from southern Spain who can tell me a little bit more about the golf in the area. I'd love to play with people who would have local knowledge of those courses. So please, find me on LinkedIn or on Instagram at 3 Putt Love. That's the number 3 with the letters PUTTLOVE, or once again on LinkedIn. I'm not kidding. I really want to play, and I want to play with people who could tell me more about. There's so many courses.
That's so cool. And, even better, guess what?
What?
2031. Guess where the Ryder Cup's going?
Is it Spain?
It's Spain.
Oh, yes. I'm planning. Putting in the calendar.
I'm sorry to do this to you, Otto, but you might have to start planning a nice golf Ryder Cup vacation. Book the hotels now. They'll start selling out.
I'm going to. Yeah, you just gave me a great idea. I can't wait.
That's fantastic.
Awesome. Yep.
So that sounds like a really, really awesome winter. It's a bummer you didn't have your sticks with you at the time, but
now I know.
Exactly.
Yeah, now I can go back.
Did you get to see any of the golf courses? Did you get to walk any of the golf courses while you were there?
No, and I'm glad. I'm glad I did it.
That would have been a little bit like torture, wouldn't it?
Exactly. So no, I did it, but definitely next time I'll let you know. And like I said, looking forward to the next visit.
Yeah, of course. And I think those kind of golf vacations, we've talked about it in the past, can just be some of the most fun, depending on the company and the golf that you play and all of that good stuff. But just even getting to go and to travel is worth the price of admission itself.
Yeah, I think that if you're a golfer and you love to travel, you don't always have to do both at the same time on vacation, but it is definitely a bonus to try courses wherever you vacation to.
Definitely.
It's really nice.
So I want to kind of rewind a little bit, if we can, back to the end of last year, because there were some things that came up that we didn't get to talk about on the pod that I want to bring back up right now, because I've heard a couple of rumors, but I just want to kind of confirm what I've heard through the wintertime.
Rumors.
Is it true that you lost two golf clubs on the same golf course last year?
Yes, 2 weeks apart. I mean 1 week apart. Literally 1 week apart.
So for the listeners out there, it's part of the game. There's gonna be times where you maybe leave a wedge or you leave a club somewhere on a golf course, and it can be kind of anxiety inducing. No.
Yeah, definitely. If you need that, okay, here's what's happening. When you play golf and the club you will lose is most likely a wedge. Why? Because when you go up to the green, if your ball is short of the green, you're most likely going to chip it, then putt. So therefore, you're carrying 2 clubs or 3, depending on the situation, to your ball. Okay? In my situation, I wasn't carrying a wedge. I was
Oh my goodness.
I lost a 6 iron and an 8 iron 2 clubs you should never lose because there's no
No.
reason they should be lost in the first place.
No.
But Max, that I don't really have a lot of confidence in chipping by
playing more of a higher ball
yes,
flight.
I like low roll and meaning
simple.
And this is a hack. I use an 8-iron, or depending on how far the hole is, sometimes I'll even use a 6-iron, but you would use it in a way that you're kind of putting with that iron.
Yeah.
And
it's a technique called bump and run.
Bump and run, yes. And that's my game. I'm confident. I'm very confident in those that just using that to get to the hole. Okay, so I lost the 6 and the 8, and you would think that of course I needed it. It's holes ahead, and I lost them both on the same hole too. So where did they go? I don't know
what. I don't know how you could lose both of them on the same hole, but I digress.
Max, this is a wacky thought. I think there's like a black little hole at Sligo on hole 7. I know that I grabbed those clubs. I know that I put them in my bag, and maybe when I put them in my bag, it went to like the abyss. Maybe it landed on a different planet, I don't know where they went, and no one had them.
So I've seen it a couple different times. I've tried putting my club back into my bag, and maybe it doesn't go all the way back in, and it falls back out the top, or I don't get it fully in the slot, and it goes kind of into the basket and kind of holds in that basket part. But I've never just had multiple clubs just disappear.
They disappeared, right?
That's unbelievable.
So when I lost the first club, I asked if I could get new clubs, and my husband said that is not a reason to get new clubs if you lose one club.
Accurate.
Okay.
Accurate. You don't go and you buy a brand new set of clubs because you lost a 6-iron or an 8-iron. In his defense,
Max, I think it's valid. I'm just saying.
You can't have a gap that wide in the bag.
But then the following week I lose the 8-iron, and I tell him.
Right.
And he thinks that I did that on purpose now just to get the new set.
It makes sense.
So
listen, I've heard way worse motives. I've heard way crazier motives, but listen, the first time, if you lose a 6-iron, that can really affect kind of how you play.
It's an iron.
But now that you've lost both clubs, so like what numbers are you playing to now?
Okay, so that's a great question. I'm using the 7-iron and the 9.
Okay.
And
your pitching wedge?
And yep, I have a pitching wedge, but I do have to make adjustments for it's like, if I need the distance that my 8-iron gave me, then I'm only doing like maybe a 3/4 swing with the 7-iron. Like there's some adjustments I have to make until I can get a new set.
So what are you playing currently? Like, so for all of our listeners, what clubs are you playing? And are you still playing the clubs without an 8 and a 6-iron?
And I'm dying.
Oh,
I'm dying,
no.
Max.
Oh,
I'm
man.
dying. But fine. You make adjustments until you can get those 2 clubs or whatever clubs you need replaced. But I will say, because I haven't had confidence in my 56 degree, I have been using the Bogey a little bit more.
Which Bogey?
I have a 56 degree Bogey. Oh.
Which degree?
It's 56.
Okay.
Nice. So I've been working on that, and that's great because I did not feel confident prior to that. So this is almost a forced way to get more confident in using some of those wedges. But I also have old clubs, and I think that if you have old clubs, you should go out and you get new ones.
I think to a certain extent that's true. I'm not saying, for a beginner golfer, they should go out and they should, spend the couple $100s on a new set. I think anybody can kind of get around with a decent, mid 2010s, set and be totally fine.
Yeah.
Once you start getting into playing a couple times a week, or you're really enjoying the game and you want to invest in it, then I would say it's a good time to start looking into upgrading. Almay, you're definitely at that point.
Yeah, I know.
You play enough golf, let me tell you. So I'm gonna
call it frugal golf because I've been using golf clubs that are older than 10 years now, I think.
So what are you currently playing?
A Callaway XRs.
I
I don't
mean,
even
yeah.
like, they're old.
Yeah.
But I'm most comfortable with them. And so I was fitted for those. I need to get fitted again this year. I people, if you really want to get good at your game, and you just get a fitting as an assessment, it'll be great, because I'm petite. So listen, I'm either going to be between getting a custom fitting, or I'm going to end up using US Kids golf sets. So
Callaway
how old are
XR
they?
irons were released in 2015.
Oh.
So 10 years.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
think that's a great place to go out and get new clubs every 10 years. That's going to be my rule. That's the excuse I'm going to use.
That's the Almay rule.
I'm not saying that as an expert. I'm just saying that because I want new ones.
Sure. But I do think it would be important for you to do the fitting, because like you're saying, I mean, both of us, we're not tall people. And, a lot of the time, even standard golf clubs are a little bit too big for us.
Yeah.
And so making those adjustments and getting it fit to our size is super important.
And I mean, fittings don't just include size. Fitting, if you're very good at golf, fittings can also include the weight, the shaft. I mean, there's so much technical stuff there that I don't have the expertise on, but that exists. So depending on what you want out of your game, go get a fitting.
Yeah, and I actually did that last season, and
what are you playing with?
So I got new irons. I made the switch from Titleist over to Srixon.
Okay.
And I am so happy with it. We ended up making some slight adjustments. So I took in half inch off of all of my irons, and I've shortened them.
Oh.
So they fit me a little bit better.
Okay.
Without really losing too much distance.
Oh,
and
wonderful.
So one thing that I was noticing for everybody out there was I was feeling like I was making really good contact, but my contact was a little bit off the toe. And that's an indicator that the club is just a little bit too long for me.
Okay.
And so making that adjustment, I now stand a little bit closer to the ball, but more upright, and it's allowing me to hit the center of the club a lot more consistently.
Yeah.
So that was a big change. I made a switch similar to you. My irons weren't quite that old, but they were from 2016.
Okay.
Well, 2016, 2017. I'm not sure, because the dates kind of get fuzzy in between, in the middle there. And I bought them used. But making the transition, I went in and I tried a lot of different irons. And I was just looking for something that really felt good in my hand. It didn't necessarily need to be the brand new iron.
Sure.
And so I actually ended up getting irons that are fantastic. I'm playing Srixon ZX7s.
Okay.
So they're from, I believe, 2023.
Nice.
And I got them for a really great deal, used. Shout out Second Swing.
Yep.
Great facility over there. And like I said, they actually measured my arms, and then we were able to make the decision to take a half inch off of the irons.
Oh, great.
So I'm sure when you go and you do your fitting, you'll go through something much similar.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I got a fitting 10 years ago, which is why I ended up with the clubs I have today. And, now I need to make another appointment to just make those adjustments.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't necessarily need new brand shiny new clubs.
Sure.
I just need clubs that are a little bit more, I don't know, can I say better technology? I mean,
maybe newer technology.
Newer technology. But at the same time, like, as a golfer, you also have to work on you as a golfer.
Sure.
I mean, it's not always the equipment. We'd like to blame our equipment.
100%.
But you really need to work with an instructor, or get out there and practice, because your clubs are just your clubs are guided by you.
Absolutely.
So
I'm making another slight adjustment to this year. And this is another little tip that some intermediate and beginner golfers can use when they're looking at new clubs. I'm actually changing to what's called a combo bag.
Okay.
This year. So I was saying I play the ZX7s. That's actually now not true. Also, I'm playing half of my bag is the ZX7s. So I'm playing 7, 8, 9, and pitching wedge are my ZX7s.
Okay.
And they're a little bit smaller. They're not as thick as the ZX5s. And so that's what I'm playing 4, 5, and 6. And so those irons are a little bit chunkier, and they're cavity back.
Mm-hmm.
whereas the higher irons into my wedges are blades.
Got it.
And so that's giving me a little bit more control around the greens, but it's a little bit more forgiving with those longer irons.
Oh, that's excellent.
Although right now everything's going left, so it's not helping.
You got the new Srixon lefties. Is that what you got?
I wish.
Is that what they're called?
I'm gonna have to make a major adjustment to the right side. I'm gonna have to really aim way right just to make sure that I'm finding a fairway. No, I have to get in and get back into the lab with the golf coach and make sure that he takes a look at the swing to know really what adjustments need to be made before going and just hitting balls.
Yeah. Did you replace wedges as well?
So I did, and this is actually interesting because it follows up on the point that you just made. I have been playing different wedges in my bag. I play a 60-degree Vokey that I just can't take out right now. It's an SM10. I love it. It just feels really good. I trust it around the greens. But I play a Cleveland RTX 3 50-degree and a RTX 3 54. And that's because I was hitting this 50-degree so well. The numbers and the spin orientation. So we were talking about simulators earlier. And when I went this winter, I was really focusing only on that 50-degree.
Okay.
Why was I feeling so good with it? Why did I feel like I was able to control the spin with it? And why wasn't I able to do that with the other clubs? And I just went in and I was looking at launch angle and I was looking at smash factor.
Sure.
And it was the highest of all of my other wedges. I tried 3 different wedges, all 50 degrees, and the RTX 3 came out consistently as the best numbers across the board.
So for some of the listeners who are hearing all these numbers, explain like when you use your 50, when you use your 56 and your 60, because I only carry a 56 and I don't have a combo with.
So let's break this down from the bare bones and let's just grow from there. So starting off, I play a 50-degree wedge, which is my gap wedge. So one thing that I do over the wintertime, and it's really beneficial for the listeners out there, would be to go and hit an entire range session with only your wedges.
Okay.
And really dial in, okay, how far is this carrying? What is the ball doing when it lands? And how can I make a consistent swing with all of these clubs? Ideally, as you go up in numbers, you go shorter in distance.
Okay.
So my 50-degree goes about 120 yards.
Okay.
My 54-degree goes about 110 to 112. And then my 60-degree goes about 85 to 90 if I really swing hard, but more likely 70-ish degrees.
And in those
yards,
three clubs, which of those do you use in the bunker?
Out of the bunker, I use the most amount of loft possible. So I use a 60-degree, even though technically my 54 would be the sand wedge.
Got it.
But what I was looking at launch angle wise is what is the ball doing as soon as my club's hitting it and at what angle is the ball being launched at? And that's going to tell me, a degree of range for distance, right? Based off of that. And so for me, I'm learning a consistent angle that I really need to hit. And having that number is just reinforcing what I'm seeing.
Right.
So from that, I then was able to go and found a 54-degree in the same model online, and it was under $30.
30?
Under $30. And so I used this info, this range session, went back and realized I don't need to go and spend $150 on the new Vokeys, on the brand new wedge, when the numbers are telling me that this Cleveland wedge that I'm hitting is producing better numbers.
Right.
And when I look online, it's under $30.
Oh gosh, that's
so
great.
That's the new wedge in the bag.
Yeah. I like your advice though about, if you are trying to figure out your distances with wedges, like I said, I only have a 56-degree. I do have a sand and a pitching wedge, but they're not, I don't actually know what those degrees are for those clubs. But to get out there and figure out what your distances are for those wedges.
Yeah.
To be really good, you need to know your numbers.
And it's important to focus on, okay, yes, I hit that one really well, but did I hit it in the middle of the club? You know, and making those slight adjustments to really tweak your swing can be so beneficial for everybody out there.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the reason we have 14 clubs is because each one represents a distance and yardage. And then if you know your numbers, you can easily just take out the number that you know that works for you with confidence and hit.
Yep, absolutely.
So it's important to go to the range and just check, not just whack balls and be like, oh, you know, you're having a great day on the range, or a simulator, as you suggested earlier, just to see what that is. Because I have a lot of beginners who are like, well, what club do I use?
Right. Well, I think it's, like you said, so important to go out and hit them. You know, one of the great things about some of the new places is you can actually demo some of the clubs. So I highly recommend doing it.
Yeah.
Demoing some putters if you go to the superstore and you try it out. It's great. But really focusing on, you know, if you're going to the range and you're thinking about a new wedge, maybe you try 3 or 4 different wedges with some slight variations in them. Maybe it's the weight of the club. Maybe it's the brand of the club. Maybe it's the loft of the club.
Yeah.
All of those things are factors that really come down to, you know, your decision of what feels good for me and what's going to give me the most confidence standing over this shot.
I mean, I'm looking forward to playing golf with you soon because I can't wait to see your combo bag and how they're working for you.
Yeah, I'm excited. Again,
and you're going to experience a round with me with my 2 missing clubs and see how I do until I get a new set.
Well, I'd be interested to see what you're going to do there because, you know, not having one club is... It's a struggle, but I do think you can get away with it. Not having 2, that's got to be a challenge.
Max, I'm purely here for entertainment.
Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, let's be real. Like, I know I coach little kids. I'm actually there for their entertainment as well. So yeah, hopefully I can get a new set. I want to see you with your set. I mean, it'll be. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it.
We got a couple more adjustments that we'll make, but I think we'll hold off on letting the viewers know about that until they're actually put in the bag. I have a few more tweaks that I'm going to be working on this season.
Okay.
But I think first off, it would just be way more beneficial to get in and knock that rust off via lessons.
Yes, agree.
You know, I'm debating putting a new putter in the bag this season.
Oh. Is that for another?
Tease,
that might be for another episode.
Tease for another episode.
Yeah.
But again, for everybody that's a little rusty out there, go do a lesson, especially early in the season. It's going to be so beneficial for you to get out there and have somebody look at your swing and really give you specific knocks here and there to go and work on yourself.
Yeah, definitely. That's great advice.
Well, I think this is a perfect place to end this first episode of season 2, Almay. I'd love to thank you for coming out.
Oh, always.
And check us out on Instagram at BNBC Golf and Almay at 3PuttLove on Instagram. You can also find Almay on LinkedIn at Almay All Day on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And we'll catch you next time.
Yeah, thank you.
All right.